Hello, hello, hello. This is it, Mema. Put on this one is going to be much larger, much more pronounced in color. And I'm using a rose I had made. And all I do to put them on the hook, if you can see here, is I set it on the hook like that, and I gather the threads underneath. And then I pull it down like that. 3M product, and it's Durapore, I think is the name of it, and it's used for bandages and things like that. And I just cut a little snippet off there, and I'm just going to wrap it around the top here like this, and that puts it where I want it, because I want to be able to hold a hook. Next thing I do is I just pull the yarn down, and then I have about a foot and a half of green yarn, and I put the green yarn on here like that, and I stick the bottom of the green yarn like that. Now, I don't tape this in or anything. I just set it right there, like that. Okay? And then I take the yarn and I start winding real tight all the way up to the top, all the way up to the top. Right here. I'm at the top, and I put the string at the bottom down here, the other part of it. I just keep doing that. And then I hold it, and I get my, like that. I pull that through the needle, like that. See? And then I tighten it up real good, and I go back into the rose, into the center of the rose. You can see I'm going to the center of the rose. You see? And then I go back down in the middle of the rose and come back on this other side. You can do this as many times as you would like. Let's pull this out like that. And wrapping around it with my green until it moves. As you can see, I just kept wrapping and wrapping down here until I get down here where the string is. See the string? And I just take this and wrap it around, going the other way. And I tie in a knot, like that. I left it a little floppy. Now you can do it, you can go back and forth through the rows and make it where it stands up forever. You know, if you keep going back and forth with a needle from the top, the other side, top to the other side. But this is a floppy one, because I just want to make it that way. So anyway, I tied the knot with the green right here, if you can see. Right there's my little knot. Right there. See where I knotted it? Now, if you want to, and sometimes I do this because I may change this out working with a different yarn, or I didn't want something this large. So I make this real easy to take apart and to reuse. Sometimes if I have, all this extra yarn as I have here, I'll just wrap it around and wrap it around and wrap it around and wrap it around and wrap it around. You know what I mean? Until you get it out of your way. And you can either tape it, stitch it, tighten the knot, however you want to do that. And then you've got the little rose. Now for this instance today, I'm going to just tape it with my little surgical tape. I got this tape so when the home nurses were coming here, they would bring tape to take care of my wounds. And I have used this piece of tape for years. I think that's been 3 years ago or something, but anyway, still good tape. And I just put it on there. I find that it really works well, and I can take it off when I want, and that's all there is to it. Now, you can make it fancy. I'm sure you'll have to come up with some better ideas, but there you go. I did have some little leaves I had crocheted I was going to put on the rose, but then decided that I didn't. It doesn't really need that because this will be able to be seen with any kind of with the yarns, especially if I'm using a yarn like this. If I'm using a yarn like that, so you can see the hook. Where's my hook? Where's my hook? Oh, there it is. So that's how I make my little petals. Now you can use different kinds of flowers, and you can sew in little beads or whatever you want to do. Use any color you want, but I started doing that when I had, the older I got where I just couldn't see all my hooks. So anyway, there she is. And here's her sister. She's a little bit older and a little bit bigger bloom. I put on this hook. But you can see how they are very essential for me to keep up with my crochet hook. And again, this one I just did with brown or whatever I had to tie it on there, basically. And then it was floppy, so I just tied it around the bottom here. But I have found with a face like it is, it's really turned out to be a very good one to find. Now the one that I just took apart here, this one was just way too small for the yarn I was using because it had a tendency to get lost. As you can see, it would be hard to find in this yarn. This with my eyes. So I just took something I liked and got a pap cleaner and just used it. So you could use anything. I also use artificial flowers and other things, but they're just fun. Just fun. Scissors. See. And I keep my needles in this because usually if I'm cutting a lot, I need my needles to, I say scissors. Well, you know what I mean. Anyway, I can't do this with my hands very well. There you go. And so now I know where they are. And again, I did the same thing. This I used a rubber band because it worked well because I didn't have to wrap it around anything except the flower and the actual handle of the little scissors. So there you go. And that's my story for today on how to make, create, and find my Bye-bye.